Hello everyone, thank you for joining the session today. Actually, our session today will be in English, not Arabic. So, today our main focus will learn more about Power Apps and also Dataverse, which is a part of Power Apps. And if you are new to this session, and the session will be recorded and posted on my YouTube, if you are new to this session or to my YouTube channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Alhajri. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I have been graduated with computer engineering bachelor degree. Also, I have 6 years experience within oil and gas industry and my current position digital analyst within Schlumberger company. And also, I have my own community sharing is caring group within Meetup, which is I'm doing different sessions in different languages, Arabic and English. And I'm first Saudi female with the MVP award from Microsoft. So, what we will learn today, actually, this session is our second session for related to Power Apps in English, and we will learn today about Dataverse. What's Dataverse? Also, we will see how we can create a tables, and also we will look at the Power Apps and the example for our today, which is the Kids Toys Giveaway application. And if you have any question, you can ask at any time. So starting with Dataverse. What's Dataverse? Or how we can use Dataverse? Dataverse actually let us use secure your data, store your data, manage your data that used for any business applications or other applications. And the data actually within the Dataverse is stored within a set of tables. So for example, if I want to create an application for any business scenario or any other application, how can I store my data? Or when the user go to the application and they would like to store their data, we need to have some place to store our data. And the option actually is for you. Last example or last session, I showed you about related to the KSA business application or KSA awards, and our main data source was a SharePoint, which is a part of Microsoft data source. So with Power Apps, you can use different data sources to store your data. And Dataverse actually it's a part of Power Apps, which is give you an option to secure your data, to store your data from the application within the Dataverse tables. So how can I get an access, or from where can I get an access to Dataverse, or how can I create my tables? All this stuff I'm gonna show it to you today, inshallah, within a live demo. So let me move on now. Our scenario today, or the application that I have it actually, our session today will be in two main parts. Today we will focus on the part number one, which is how we can create a tables within Dataverse, and also how we can connect our application with the Dataverse, which is our main data source, and how we can get a different pages. Second part, which is we will add more functionalities to our application. While we are doing a live demo, I'm going to show you a different scenarios. I'm going to show you the easiest way to build an application, especially if you don't have any idea about Power Apps. So let us now move on and let's see how we can get an access to Power Apps, to the Dataverse, and from where should we start. As I mentioned, today is our first part one for the Kids Toys application. Second part will be not next week, the week after, because next week we will have two more sessions. And starting with the next month, we will start to take the part two for the Kids Toys application. So let me now share with you, just a minute, here we go. If I want to open Power Apps, you just need to go to the Power Apps. I'm going to share the link later on with you. You just need to open the portal. If you don't have a license, you can sign up for free, and later on you need to request a license from your organization or your company. It depends if you have already a license from your company. Okay, after signing to the or logging to Power Apps, what do we need to do? For sure, you need to have an environment which is related to your company, and from there you will be able to see this page, which is the home. And if you would like to learn more about Power Apps, you will be able to see different buttons here. Also, you can see all your applications that's built by you or other other members or other employees within your organization, and you can search about all the application and view all the application within this page, which is apps. And the powerful things with Power Apps, actually, I can open any application from my phone, and I can use it from my phone or desktop or tablet or anywhere. You just need to install from your phone Power Apps, which is will help you to search about any application that you have it within your environment or organization. And how can I create an application? From there, we have something we call it create, and we have different options. So if you are a beginner, what I really suggest for you, you can start building your application from template. If you look here, actually there are a different templates built for you from Microsoft. So for example, if I'm looking for a solution, which is service desk, I just need to click on it, and from there I can customize it. I can change the data source. I can do whatever I want. I can add more. I can delete. So even for example, if you have another business scenario, for example, I'm looking for an application for HR, and this application will help me to do some like if we have a new hire, and I would like to follow a specific process. I would like to build an application, but I don't know how to use Power Apps. What do I need to do? Just search about if do we have any HR application or the same scenario. For example, here we have a different scenario. You can use any scenario from there, you can customize it. I think for the HR, I think we have some example. I'm not sure if they still have it there or they remove it. I'm not sure. I think we have something we call it employee self-service, but it's a portal application. And there's a different type of applications. Actually, we have a Canvas app, which is the one that we can build it and we can open it from our phone or tablet. We have a portal, which is it's like similar to the website. You can use it with the external. And also we have a model driven application, which is it's like you cannot customize it as much as a Canvas application, and you cannot open it from your phone. So this one you can open it from your phone. So most of my applications, and actually all my applications, it's built under Canvas applications. So how can I build an application, or what kind of steps do I need to follow? You have three options. Either you can start from a blank, you can pick any type of the applications that you want to build it, or you can connect your data to the application, and from there you will be able to get by default three main pages, which is today we're gonna follow this step. Number three, start from the template. As I mentioned, you can look at any template that's built in, and you can pick anyone and you can customize it. As a beginner, I really suggest for you to start from a template, or to make it much easier, if you have a data and you want to get a basic application, you can start from data. So our scenario today, that we are looking for an application that will help us, and our application that will help us to build a kids toy giveaway. What do we mean by kids toy giveaway? Actually, this application will help the parents of the child to take a picture, maybe, or to add a picture for any toys they have it, and if they want to exchange the toys between them and others, so they can do it easily. And actually they're gonna save a lot of money. And for example, if I have a toy and I would like to give it to my sister, or to their to any other child within the application, I will have the functionality to do this. So the main idea behind our application today, it's not about to have fun. No, actually, I just wanted to show you that with Power Apps, we can do a lot of scenarios. We can create a games. We can make something for the family. We can build something for the business. So with Power Apps, it doesn't need that always for a company or for the business. I can have my own environment within my home, and I can build an application that will save my money, my family money, is a lot of things. Even if I would like to do some safety application, I can do so. A lot of amazing stuff that we can build it within this amazing Power applications or Power Apps. So first step, I would like to see, or I would like to build a strong data structure. So I know my data will be something really simple, which is a table. And within my table, I would like to have the name of the toy, the color, if we have any details about the toy, so I can add it, how many or the quantity of the toy, so I can add it within my table. So something really easy and basic. So as I mentioned, we're going to use something we call it Dataverse. And the Dataverse, actually, it's located within the Power Apps portal. So how can I get an access, or how can I create my table? From there, you will be able to see within Power Apps portal, you will be able to see Dataverse. Just click on it. And from there, you will be able to see something we call it tables. Click on it. So once you click on the tables, you will be able to see different type of tables, and you can create your own tables. For our example today, we need to create our tables, and I already created, but I'm going to show you the step. So if I want to build a table, what do I need to do? After I go to the Dataverse, I can click on tables, and from there I need to click on a new table. Once we click on a new table, I just need to name it. For example, here, let me call it kids toys test, because I have the same column or a table name. Just a minute, something. Okay, here we go. So I will type the name of my table, kids toys test table, and by default you will get this name. And if you would like to change this one, and actually, while you are building your table or creating your table, you need to get the primary name column. You can keep it as it is, which is name, or you can change it later on. We need to have a primary column. And from there, I will click on create. And once I click on create, I will be able to go and see this page. Within this page, actually, you will be able to see different things like a relationship, keys, and column and commands. So if you are interested to know more about it, I already did before different sessions related to Dataverse and how we can create a business roles and all this stuff. Just go to my YouTube channel. All this stuff related to Dataverse is there. But in our session today, we're going to focus only on how we can create the data source for, or data set for our application today. So from there, how can I add columns? So because it's a table, so I'm gonna deal with a lot of columns. Like I would like to have the name of my toy. I would like to have the color of the toys. I would like to have a picture. So how can I add all this stuff? So, but once you create your table, by default, you will be able to get a standard column. What do you mean by standard column? A standard column, actually, it's like the default columns that you have it within your table, similar to the SharePoint. If you are familiar with the SharePoint, you cannot delete it. Actually, you cannot do anything. If, for example, if I click here, I cannot delete the column because it's a standard column. Like, for example, if someone created, or once we connect our Dataverse to our application and someone is entering the data is supposed to be saved and stored within this Dataverse table. So how can I know what's, or who create this item, or who is the owner for this item? How can I know this? Even if the person did not enter their name, we have a standard column, and this is the main feature of the standard column that will give me several details. For example, here I have a created by, I have a created on with the date. If someone modified the item, I will be able to see it. Who is the owner? So all this stuff, actually, it's a standard column. We cannot remove it. We cannot do anything. But if I would like to add more columns, what we can call it? We call it custom column, similar to this one, which is the primary column that we added. And if I click on it, I cannot delete it because it's a primary. But if I would like to add a new column, I just need to click here, add a column. And from there, for example, if I click toys and name, I have a full functionality to change the data type. And it's really, um, okay, Hal, can you see the screen of Power Apps, or what kind of things that you are seeing now? Let me stop sharing and share again. Just a minute. Let me reshare it again. Are you able now to see the Power Apps portal? Okay, perfect. So after I create a table, I have the full functionality to change the data type. And why do we need to pick the correct data type? Because it will help me to avoid a human error. While we are building an application, we would like to minimize the manually input from the end user to avoid any human error. What do I mean by this things actually? For example, if I have a drop down menu, like if I have the color of toys, black, blue, pink, whatever, I can customize it as a drop down menu or choices, right? To avoid the manual input from the user. And the end user actually, they would like to enter the form in easiest way. They don't like to enter a lot of information by themselves. So as an end user, I really prefer to have an application as a drop down menu or with the easiest thing that I can fill with my application. So that's why pick the correct one. But sometimes we need to choose a text, like if I would like to take a feedback or their name or something. So just make sure to pick the correct one. So for example, here, if it's a toy's name, I can pick as a text. And from there, I just need to click done. And if I would like to add a more similar way, I just need to go add a column, type the name of my column, and change the data type, and so on. Easy, there is nothing difficult. It's similar to the SharePoint and much easier actually from the SharePoint. And from there, if I would like to delete anything, I can delete the column that I created. For example, toys name that I created, I can delete it because it's a custom column, not a standard column. So I already created one. So let me save this table and I'm gonna show you the table that I created within my Dataverse and how we can connect it to our application. So just a minute. The name of my table, if I would like to search about the table that I created, I just need to click on tables and I can see from here. Then the column that I created, I call it kids toys. I just need to click on it. And once I click on it, I will be able to see all the columns that we have it. We have a standard, we have a custom. So I created one, I call it age group, like this toy, what kind of age or who can use this toy. Also color. Also I created image, which is the picture of the toy. Also I have uh, kids toys. What else? Just a minute. Material. I would like to know what's the material of the toy. Also, I created another column, which is the name of the toy, how many, like the quantity of the toys, dimension. Also, I created something material or another things. So from there, I can add another column if I would like to add. Now the question, what if I have data already stored on my Excel and I would like to move all this data from maybe from my SharePoint, from other data source. I would like to store it here within my Dataverse. And from there, to make it as a history data and the user, once they connect the Dataverse with our application, so we can have the updated data. How can I do this? If I have already a data, and I would like to add it to my Dataverse table here, what do I need to do? From there, data, and you can get your data if you have it from Excel, or you can click get data. And once you click get from Excel, you just need to search about your Excel and just add it there. Make sure to have the same column of your Excel. Now, the question, I don't have any data. It's like an empty table. I would like to add this table to my application, and whatever or when any data that's connected or anyone from my users, when they open the application and store their data, it's supposed to be saved within this table. So how can I do this? So if I go back to the home, I'm going to show you the one that I have it here, the application that already built and connected. And from there, I will show you how to connect your Dataverse to Power Apps and how it's something really easy, especially if you are beginner. And from there, you can customize it. Let me open the application that I already built it by myself. Just a minute. So this application actually, it's a part one for our session. Part two, we will add more functionality. The steps the steps that I already followed here, that I created my Dataverse table the same way that I showed to you. Second step, that I connected my Dataverse with the Power Apps. And from there, once I connect or I start my application by connecting the Dataverse, I get different types or three main pages. Just a minute, it's still loading. For some reason, I cannot move my mouse. Just a minute. Okay, here we go. So by default, I get three main pages, which is the first page I created by myself, which is I call it main page. And for the main page, something really easy. Sorry, just a minute. Let me try to open this one. Okay. So I have the main page, which is this one. And from there, I just added a background. Sorry, team, just a minute. Let me switch the device. Okay, here we go. So from there, what I did actually, if we look at the main page or the screen that we have it on the left side, I have three main things, which is a main page. I have also browse screen and detail screen. Also, I have edit screen. So from there, the first one I created by myself, but once I connect my Dataverse with my Power Apps, I get three main screens, which is a browse screen, detail screen, also edit screen. So browse screen, if you look at here, it's something really nice. I added some pictures, I added some background, also for the detail screen and edit screen. Let me go back to the Power Apps and I'm gonna show you how we can do all this stuff. Let me go back and we're gonna start and see how we can connect our Dataverse and build it together. Just a minute. Okay. So once you go to your Power Apps, as I mentioned already earlier, that you have a three main ways to build your application. You can build your application from a blank if you are already an expert and you know how to build it. Or what you can do, you can build your application from your data, or you can build your application from template. Our scenario today, actually, we're gonna build our application using start from data. And I really suggest for you to do this because something really easy, because if you choose this way, by default, your data will be connected to your application and you will be able to have three main screens. You just need to customize it in a few things. So I'm gonna pick Dataverse, and from there, once you pick your data source, it doesn't need that every time you need to have a data first. Maybe you have a SharePoint, maybe you have an Excel. So it doesn't need, it means that always I need to have a Dataverse. So you can use this methodology for any data source. And from there, pick your Dataverse, which is this one. And you need to choose your table because you are dealing with a table, and the table, it's your data source. I'm gonna choose kids toys, which is this one. Double click on it. Just a minute. Here we go. And click on connect. And once you click on connect, you will be able to see this page. And it's loading. It means Power Apps is smart enough to create for you three main pages with the full functionality. What do we mean by full functionality? It means I have the full functionality to add my data or to see my data here. So I have three main pages, which is the browse screen, detail screen, and edit screen. It's similar to the application that I show it to you, but with different colors. I can customize it. I can do whatever I want. So from where we are getting this data? We are getting this data actually from the table that we have it from Dataverse, which is I already stored some data there. So if I run the application, which is I can do it from here, I have the full functionality to add a new, which is I need to create a new item. But if we look at here, we don't have that much of column. We have a name, we have a created on. And how can I add more? How can I customize this application? Let me show you. So if you click on the browse screen, which is the page that will help you to view your data, and this one we call it gallery. Gallery actually it's a control from Power Apps that will help you to see your data. In our example today, we would like to have an application that will help me to see all the toys that we have it within my data source, and I can search if I would like to search. If I would like to add any new toys to the application, I can add. If I would like to delete or edit my toys, I can do it. On next session, which is part 2 of our application, well, what we would like to have actually, we would like to customize it. For example, if I would like to book this toy and like get it from specific parents, how can I do this? And I would like to send them an email like, I know this toy is available. Can I take it from you? And can we exchange our toys between me and you? So how can we do this? All this stuff, we will learn it on part 2. But in our part today, actually, something really easy. I have my data. I just connect it to the application. I don't need to worry about the code because it's already coded for you. I just need to customize a few things. If I look to the browse screen, which is the screen, I can see something we call it gallery. Gallery will help me to view my data from the original data source and will give me the full functionality as an end user to pick any item, and once I click on any items, I have a full functionality to edit, to delete if I have the owner or if I have the access. So I don't need to worry about how can I add a code here or how can I add a code here. But in the future, once we move from the beginner level to the intermediate level, we need to learn all these formula that we have it here. And if you are familiar with the formula that we have it from Excel, it will be something really easy for you. But in our session today, don't worry about the code, don't worry about the formula because you already connected your Dataverse to Power Apps, so it's already built for you. You just need to customize your application. So how can I customize my application? And how can I add more or delete more? So this application, it's similar thing that the previous one that I showed it to you. Let me go back and show you the application that it's already connected to my Dataverse. Just a minute, let me try to go there and open it from apps. And from there, I just need to create on edit. And if you have the full access or if you are the owner of the application, you have the full functionality to edit your application at any time, and you can provide an access as a co-owner to anyone within your environment. So it's loading. Here we go. This application is similar to the application that we have it, and I show it to you that once we connect our Dataverse. But actually here I added a few things. I added the first page, which is I call it main page. And how can I add more pages? From there, we have something we call it a new screen. And you can pick the one that will fit your application. For example, here I added a blank screen. And what I really would like to highlight here, the first page that or the first screen that you have it here, it means this is the first page that the end user will be able to see it once they open the application. But if I switch, for example, if I move this one down, and I save my application, I share it, and this one it's the first screen that I have it here on the edit. It means the user, once they open the application, they will be able to see this page. So just be careful once you want to publish your application, pick the correct screen and make it as a first screen here. It doesn't need that always you need to have the main page name. You can name it whatever you want, but make sure the order, like just make sure the first screen that you want the user to see will be in the top here. But for the rest, it's fine. You can switch the order here, it doesn't matter. So basically here, what do I have? I have a background on my first page, and just I download it from my desktop. And here I have a label. This one, a label, which is I inserted it from here, which is label as a text label, and I just name it Kids Toys Giveaway. Simple. There is no magic here. For the third or the three main screens, it's already built for me. I don't need to code anything. And also I didn't code anything. I just add one small formula, which is here, because when the user they open the application, I would like them to navigate to another screen. How can we do this? Either we add a button or we can add a fun icons, or it depends on the application. So when the user they click here, they will be able to see this page. How can I do this? Let me go back and show you. What I did here, actually, I added just a picture, and there is something here for each icons, or for each control that we have it within Power Apps. We have a specific setting, or we have a specific formulas that you can add. But for the all controls and for the all things that we have it on Power Apps, we have something we call it on select, and it's under action. What do we mean by on select? It means when the user select this button, or when the user select this item, what will happen? So here, when the user click on this one, I would like to navigate to another screen, which is the name of the second screen that I would like to navigate, and with some action, like make it as a cover. I don't want it to give the feeling to the user they are moving to another screen. So that's why once I click on it, it's like cover, it's the page or screen, it's move from the right to the left. But if I don't want it to have this feeling, I would like to make it like a fade. How can we make it? You just need to change the here from cover, you just need to change it, just a minute. And the powerful things here, you have all the functions built in for you. You just need to learn what do we mean by like navigate, what do we mean by this formula. All this stuff, it's available within Power Apps portal and under specific documents. I'm gonna share it with you later on. And let's try it out again. Once I click on it now, I don't supposed to have any like a movement for the page. That's it. It's not moving from right to the left. So it's up to you how you would like to navigate between pages. And this is not the main things about our session today. Moving to the most important part for our session today, that when I start building my application from data source, I will be able to see three different screens, and all these three different screens, it's built for me. I just need to do a few things to customize it. For example, on our previous application, we get the gallery. It's similar to this one, but it's like different orders. How can I change the orders? How can I make it similar to this style? What did I did actually, or what kind of steps that I followed? Once you click on your gallery, actually, you have the functionality to change the layout of your gallery, which is from here. If you click on any control, you will be able to change the setting from the right side. So I already clicked on the gallery, and from there, before it was like similar to this style as a title, or title and subtitle, or image and title. But for me, I change it to this style, which is I would like to see the picture, and from there I would like to see the title and subtitle there, or whatever I would like to see. But the question, how did I change the background, the color, all this stuff? As it's something really easy. If I would like to change the header color, you just need to click on it, which is here. And once you click on it, from there, you can change the color based on whatever you would like to change. And the second question, I know by default, because it's stored on my data, I have the picture of the toy, I have the name of the toy. But how can I add this to square, or how can I add the background? What did I did actually here, or what kind of a step that I followed here? I changed the color for the background to be as a like a light yellow, and from there you have the background setting. Second, the powerful things with the gallery within Power Apps, that you don't need to change all the stuff for all the items. What if I have a 500 items? Do I need to change the style for each item? No. What really we need to do, you just need to change the setup for the first item. And if you click on your gallery and if you click on this icon, You are not able to select any other item. You are able to select the first item only. For example, here, let me give you something here. If I would like to change the size for this one, and do I need to do it for all the things that I have it? Let's try. So I'm gonna change this one and I make it like this. See, by default, all the items will be changed based on the first item. This is the powerful things with Power Apps. It will save my time. I don't need to change all the setting for all my items, just the first one from my gallery. What if I would like to add any new things? So this one, it's added by myself, by the icons there. So what if I would like to add a label and I can call it the size or the quantity of the toy? How can I do this? What do I need to do? You just need to click on the gallery, click on this one, and you need to insert from here the control. For example, I would like to add a label. I can add a label there. Or if you would like to copy the same format, you just need to click on this one, Control C, Control V. And once you click Control C, Control V, you are able to see the item 2 times. Let's try it out now. Okay, perfect. I have 2 items, but I don't want it to see black and white 100 times or twice. How can I change the color here? Once you click on the item, there is something it's already built in this item. This item, we can use it within the gallery, will help me to read the data from my data source. It means go to my data source because the gallery is connected to the data source and pick the correct column. My column is like, I call it how many, and Power Apps is smart enough to select for me and to show me the columns that I have it within my data source. And by default now I'm able to see number one, number one, number two, number one. So I'm reading for each item, for each ID. I don't need to do it manually for all the items. And if I would like to change the color, if I would like to change the size, I can do it easily within the gallery. So this is the gallery. You can search more about gallery because it's something really important for Power Apps. And as a first step for you, you don't need to worry about the coding part. On second part or part two of our session, we will learn more about how we can add more functionalities with a few coding. So now, what if I would like to add more toy? Why, once you connect your Dataverse to your application, by default you will be able to get this control, which is I can sort my toys, like I can click on it, it will be sorting ascending or descending. This function, it's already coded for you, don't worry about it. For this one, I can refresh the list, like if I have any new items I can click on it and it will refresh my gallery here. If I would like to add a new, or if I would like to search, like I would like to see Woody, let me check. But here you need to be very careful. You cannot search about everything. It depends on your code. Maybe here it's coded. Let me see, it's coded by what? Because you are adding the code, or the code it's added here by sort and filter. Let me check. Search with the kids toys. Okay. So if you would like to change it, or search box. Okay, if you'd like to search with the specific item, you need to change the code here. Don't worry about it, we're gonna change it later on. Okay, let us go back here. What if I would like to add a new toy, or if I would like to edit the current toys that I have it as the owner of the application? I can do it easily. For example, here as an end user, and let's see all these toys added by myself, and I have the full functionality to change the update or update my toys for my kids. Click on it, and once you click on it, you will be able to see this page. This page actually, it's another control from Power Apps, which is display form, that will help me with whenever I'm select any items from my gallery, I will be able to read the selected item from the gallery. And if we look at here, let me go back and pick another item. For example, if I pick Woody here, I will be able to see the Woody's details, not the potato details. It means there's a connection. And we did not add any code there. It's already built for you. So you don't need to worry about it as a first step. So what if I would like to delete it? So if I click on delete, it will be deleted even from my Dataverse. What if I edit the item here? I can change the woody name, the age group, for example, I can make it 9. I can change the data. And if I go back to my Dataverse, the data will be updated. And we're gonna see it together now. Okay, if I click save, it will be saved and submitted and stored with the current ID with the same information. I will not duplicate the item. The question here, what if I would like to add a new item? I just need to click on this. And from there, I can add a pictures. I can add a name, age group, a specific information. And what we can call this thing, we can call it form, like edit form, which is edit form. We use it to give a functionality to the end user to add their data. And once they add their data and save it, it will be stored on our data source, which is here a Dataverse. So what if I would like to change the order? What if I would like to add more fields from my data source? How can I do this? You just need to click on your edit form. And from there, on the right side, we have something we call it edit fields. Click on it and you are able to see the fields that you have it here. And from there, you can add more. Like if I would like to add attachment, if I would like to add, let me add attachment. If I would like to add a created by, just pick whatever you want to add, either custom column or standard column, and click on add. And once you click on add, the columns will be here, stored and saved here. What if I would like to change the order? What if I would like to see the age group before the name? So I just need to click from here, move up or move down, and so on. As simple as something really easy. So in our session today's, we learned how we can create our tables in Dataverse in easiest way. And we learned how we can, as a beginner, and we don't have any idea related to Power Apps, how can we connect our Dataverse with the applications in easiest way. And by default, we are getting the 3 main screen, which is a browse, will help me to view all the data that I have it on my data source. I can change the design based on the background, if I would like to add any pictures, so something really easy. But all these pictures, it's not added by me here, it's added within the data source, or it's added, for example, from there. Let me show you something. Let us now test the application as an end user, okay? I'm gonna run the application now as an end user. Let's assume that I'm a parent and I would like to add a toy for a specific, for anyone that would like to take it or exchange it. For example, here, this toy for the age number 4 years, and the name of the toy, let me call it test toy. And the color, I will call it like a black. I'm not sure because I don't have a picture. Dimensions, like it's we can call it like 20 centimeter. And the material, we can make it like I don't know. And if like we can make it 200 grams. And how the quantity of my toy, like it's I have 2. And let me try to add a picture. I'm not sure what kind of pictures that I have it here because this is another laptop and I don't have any toys pictures. So let me try out to find any pictures. Just a minute. We're gonna add just a random picture to show you. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'm gonna add my avatar there. Okay, cool. So now, as an end user or as a parent, what I will do, I will add it there. So I just need to fill the information and click submit. Something really easy. There is no, and from there, I will be able to see the updated item there with the picture. Nothing. I didn't do anything manually, or I didn't go to the data source to add it manually. Something really very quick and easiest, something really easy. Okay. So now we learned how we can use the functionalities that we have it within Power Apps, and we don't need to worry about the code that I need to learn more about the coding part or all this stuff. So as a beginner, the most important things that we need to do, or as a first step for you to learn more about Power Apps, make sure to have your data source. like if it's Dataverse, and what I really suggest for you, start to use Dataverse within Power Apps. Build your table, and from there, build your application by select the second way, which is start from the data. And once you start from the data, you are able to see a different pages built for you. Customize it, change the color, change the design. Try to understand what's the code behind this one. For example, if I click here, I will be able to see the code behind this one. And from there, start slowly to learn more about Power Apps from Microsoft Learn, and from what we call it from, there's a lot of documents available. There's a lot of online um, videos available. For the second part for our session here, now we already have an application built for us, which is to enter the toys, to view the toys, to delete. But for the second part, we would like to customize it more. I would like to have an option that will give the parents an option here to send an email to the person that who entered the toy. And for example, if we have a 5 users for this application, and this toy it's entered by May, and this toy is entered by, let's see, by Ali, and this toy is entered by someone else. I would like, for example, as a May, I would like to choose this toy, which is from another parents, and I would like to choose it and send them an email that I will exchange my toy or the toys that I have it with this one. Is it okay with you? And from there, I can send them an email, and it will go to the approval. And once they approve it or the parents approve it, we can exchange. Like I can send them if they are within my country or other country. So we will learn more about how we can add a more functionality within our galleries, how I can customize the access. Like if I'm the owner for these toys, it means I don't have the access to edit or delete these toys. So how we can do this? For now, I have the full functionality to edit or delete any items. How we can customize all this stuff? We're gonna learn all this stuff by next session, which is the part 2, and will happen not next week, the week after. So this is what I have for you today, and what I will suggest for you as a homework. Go to the Power Apps, try to build your tables within the Dataverse, and from there, what you really need to do actually, you just need to start building your application either from the template, or you can follow my steps, and the session will be posted and recorded on my YouTube channel, and you can watch it at any time. So yes, I think we have a question.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi, May.
Hi.
Thank you
Hi.
very
Hi.
much for your excellent presentation.
Welcome.
I have two questions. Could you please open the Power Apps and go to the how to create a table? You said
Just
after we create the table, there is an option to import some data from Excel file, for example. So my question, is it required to have the same columns and sequence, same naming, or doesn't matter? This is my
so
first
it
question.
it depends. Like for example, if you create a table and you didn't add any columns there, so like you have an Excel, right? And you have a different names of columns. You don't need to add the columns one by yourself to your Dataverse. You just need to add your tables, and the Dataverse will take care to add all your columns there. And later on, you can change the type. But if you have already built, for example, here for kids' toys, I already built the column. So what do I need to do? Like I have the color, I have the image, I have all this stuff. It's already added there. I need to have the same column name within my Excel, and later on I can add it there. So it depends on your scenario. Like if you already added the column, so it means within your Excel you need to have the same column name. If you didn't add any custom column, and you just need to add your data or your table there, and the Power Apps will understand this is the column name, and will figure it out and will add it to your Dataverse. So you can test both way. Okay.
What about the sequence of the columns?
It
Should
doesn't
be
matter.
similar?
No.
Doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So you don't need always to have the same order or the sequence of your columns. It's fine. Okay.
Okay. Second question is, does the Power Apps allow me to add my own design to
Yes.
be used as main pages?
Yes. For example, if you look at the application that I built today for the kids' toys, it's the same way that we add our application, like start from the Dataverse or the data source. But I customize it, like I changed the background, I added a few pictures, I changed the logo. So you can customize whatever you want, and it's available within Power Apps. Like you need, if you would like to change the color, there is a way to change the background. Sometimes you would like to add the pictures. So it's up to you. You can do it easily with Power Apps, yeah. And don't worry, actually, I'm gonna arrange a session on how we can build like a pretty application and how we can customize our user interface. Okay?
Excellent. Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, I think we have a comment from Hal. I have had a project in my head for several years now, and this may be the right tool to build it with. Yes, good news. Okay, so once we do the session, which is part 2, I'm gonna share the template with you. So you will be able to start playing around with the template to try to test it out. It will be much easier for you to have the code built and you just need to understand the code and all this stuff. So is there any other question? So as I mentioned, if you have any other question in the future, you can reach me out on all my social media account. I'm super active there. And next week, I will have 2 more sessions, one related to Power BI in Arabic and other related to an application, which is expired date application. Like what if I have a lot of things on my kitchen and expired? How can I track? How can I add a reminder? So for this application, I will build it from scratch and I'm gonna show you how I build it. So we will have it as the only one, part 1. So we will not have 2 parts for this application. But for this one, we have 2 parts to make sure that if you are a beginner, you can understand the basic things. So thank you so much, team, and have a nice weekend and see you next weekend, inshallah.